Great British Energy? More like Great British Disaster. Before I get started, I have a favor to ask. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like, comment, and even consider subscribing. It all helps to grow our community. Thank you, and on to the video.
School's back, Parliament's back, and I'm back. I'm back!
Ed Miliband is back, folks. You thought you got rid of him 16 years ago. This time, he's got his sights set on saving your wallet with Great British Energy. But before we throw him a parade for supposedly cutting our bills, let's dive into the fine print. And it's not looking good.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. So here I am.
Ed Miliband is the Minister of Delusion. Remember when Ed couldn't quite nail that bacon sandwich? Well, it turns out handling energy policy might be an even tougher bite for him. Miliband is positioning himself as the green energy savior. But let's not forget, this is the same man who presided over a sharp rise in energy bills during his stint as Energy Secretary. Now, with GBE, he's offering a shiny new package that promises cheaper bills. But here's the kicker. Experts, including Tony Jordan from Auxilione, are warning that GBE isn't even designed to directly lower your bills. It's just an investment company, not your new energy supplier. That's right, GBE will be pouring your tax money into renewable projects without actually tackling the real problem. Skyrocketing energy prices. The chair of GB Energy was asked the question, when do you expect GB Energy to bring down energy bills? Apparently, it's not the scope of Great British Energy to lower your bills.
When do you expect GB Energy to bring down energy bills?
To
bring down energy bills as promised?
Well, look, the only way to get energy bills down, and indeed to get greater energy security, is to get more renewable energy onto the grid. You know, we do have to keep reminding people that the reason why energy bills went up wasn't because of renewable energy, it was because of a global oil and gas price crisis. So therefore, every megawatt, every gigawatt of renewable energy that we will put on the grid will help bring bills and prices down. Now, the exact mechanism by that happens is, of course, a matter of policy, how you decide to bring those bills to the consumer, and that is not the scope of Great British Energy.
When Ed Miliband was confronted about the recent energy price rises, all he could do was to continue the same old rhetoric about their inheritance from the Tories. Let's not forget that Labour repeatedly pledged to lower energy bills if they came into power. That turned out to be just another one of their many lies. Let's have a listen to him squirming.
I know this will be really worrying news for lots of families who will face even greater struggles this winter.
You can't keep blaming your inheritance though, can you? It comes as you're scrapping the winter fuel allowance. 10 million pensioners in England and Wales are due to lose that money, and now they'll see that they'll have to pay increased energy costs as well. I mean, part of that is your decision. How concerned are you about hardship this winter?
Well, look, the truth is that the mess that was left to us in the public finances is what necessitated that decision around winter fuel payments and us focusing it on those who need it the very most. That's why this government is also driving throughout the coming months to get the people, the 880,000 pensioners who are entitled to pension credit and not getting it, to try and get them to take it up, to make them aware of this so they can get the winter fuel payment as well. So it was a difficult decision that the Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, made, but it was also a direct result of the legacy left to us by the last government.
GBE claims it's going to bring home the renewable bacon by investing in projects like wind and tidal power. But here's the reality check. Miliband's £8.3 billion plan is pennies compared to the actual investment needed to transform the UK's energy infrastructure. Worse still, it's the private sector who'll swoop in for the profits, while we, the taxpayers, shoulder the financial burden. Sound like a good deal? Yeah, not for you. We'll be left footing the bill while big corporations continue to line their pockets. Miliband likes to paint GBE as the hero of the renewable revolution, but the truth is, his knowledge of renewable energy is about as deep as a kiddie pool. He's throwing taxpayer money at risky technologies, like floating wind farms and tidal power, without actually proving they'll deliver. And when those expensive projects don't deliver savings in the short term, guess who's paying for it? That's right, you. In the meantime, our energy bills will rise to cover the massive costs of upgrading the grid to accommodate these new technologies. The cherry on top? The grid itself. The UK's electricity grid needs a multi-billion-pound overhaul to handle all these new green energy sources. Ofgem has already warned that the cost of upgrading the grid will swallow any immediate savings from renewable energy. So, while Miliband promises you'll save £300 a year, don't hold your breath. Those savings will likely be eaten up by the cost of upgrading the infrastructure. Miliband's whole cut-your-bills spiel is little more than political posturing. Let's be real. In a few years' time, when your energy bills are still sky-high, will anyone be holding him accountable for this grand promise of cheaper energy? Doubtful. This whole GBE charade feels like a desperate attempt to stay relevant in a political landscape where the stakes are high and the solutions need to be grounded in reality, not Miliband's renewable energy fantasyland. So before you buy into Ed's pipe dream, remember, Great British Energy isn't here to save your bank account. It's here to prop up Miliband's green credentials while you continue to foot the bill.